Hi all, hope you have completed the previous section of functions. In this video, we'll be learning about the parameters and arguments in functions. So parameters are the values provided in the brackets when you write the function header. So these are the values that are required for the functions to act upon. If there are more than one parameters, it has to be separated by comma in the function header. And what is an argument? See, both are actually same, but they are having some different names. Argument is a value that we are passing in the function call. When the function is called or when the function is invoked, whatever we give inside the bracket is known as arguments. Those arguments are actually copied to the parameter variables which are inside the function header. So parameter is also known as formal arguments or formal parameters. Arguments is also known as actual arguments or actual parameters. So understand the difference. Parameter is also known as formal arguments or formal parameters. Arguments is also known as the actual arguments or actual parameters. What are inside the function header, and arguments are what are inside the function call. The function can alter only the mutable type values. So you can see an example of formal and actual arguments. See, the function name is area, and whatever is inside the function definition header is the formal argument R. Now, function call is area of n, which is n is the actual argument. Okay, so n refers to the argument and R refers to the parameter. Now, there are four type of arguments we are passing four type of arguments. We can pass four type of arguments through the function call. What are they? They are positional arguments, default arguments, keyword arguments, and variable length arguments. We can see one by one. See, positional parameters are, we are having a function named as check. So the function header is given def check ABC. ABC are the formal parameters there. So when a function call is being done with check of x comma y comma z, so that is a function call, and x, y, z are known as the arguments. So when these arguments are passed, those are actually mapped with the positions, which means that x will be assigned to A. That is, the first argument will be assigned to the first parameter. Second argument will be assigned to the second parameter. Third argument will be assigned to the third parameter. So x will be assigned to A, y will be assigned to B, and z will be assigned to C. Next, when the function call is 2 comma x comma y, that is, it's another type of function call. If function is called like that, the first value, which is 2, will be assigned to A, x will be assigned to B, and y will be assigned to C. Similarly, when I am having another type of function call, another example of function called check of 2 comma 5 comma 7, there also the first value 2 will be assigned to the first parameter A, then 5 will be assigned to B, and 7 will be assigned to C. You can see an example. It is actually passed to a function in the correct position order. Def divide of A comma B. A comma B are the formal parameters, and the actual parameters are x comma y. Here x is passed to A and y is passed to B, and the function will act upon A and B. So actually it is in the order of their positions. Now what happens, this is another example here. What happens when I am taking the first number as 20 and second number as 10, and what I am doing is I am just interchanging the values, y divide of y comma x. So even if it is happening like this, the y value will be copied to A and x value will be copied to B. Why? Because based on that positional parameters. If the number of the formal arguments and actual argument differ, then the Python will raise an error. How? For example, if divide of y comma x, so if the value y comma x comma z comes, when divide of A comma B is only there in the function header, then there will be an error raised by the number of formal arguments as well as actual parameter, actual argument should be same. Now, what is default arguments? See, sometimes we can provide default values for the positional arguments or the parameters. I'm having a function interest for calculating the interest, where I have three arguments or three parameters, that is principal, rate and time. There I am saying that time will be constant all the time. So there is no need of actually specifying the function value in the function call. There you can assign time is equal to 15. That is one argument at the rightmost end. Please take care that it should be the rightmost end, can have a parameter value. That parameter means it can have a value. That value will be used by the function always if new value is not given. Okay, then see the next case. Principal, rate and time is having a default value, but you cannot have a value which is at middle to have a default value unless the argument on the right has a default value. You can see an example. And it is commonly used when some of the parameters have the same values always. See, this is an example for that. The drawLine function is having two parameters, that is symbol and times. Both are having a default parameter. See the line, see the function call here. drawLine where no parameters are being passed, there the symbol will take dollar and the times will be 20. And the next time when drawLine of at the rate is given, only one argument is being passed. So that will be copied to what? The first parameter, which is symbol. So the symbol will be at the rate and the times will be 20 since it is the default value. And in the next function call, what happens is drawLine is having two arguments. So what happens? The two arguments in the symbol will be assigned as hash and times will be 40. So it acts upon the new values. If new value is given, it will take the new value. If any value is not given, it will take the default value. Now in this case, consider that it has two parameters again, num comma base is equal to 2. Here base is only having a default value. So you can see here two function call is given. User is giving a value and that is assigned to number, and convert to bin within brackets num. So that num value will be copied to num and base will be taken as 2, and this program is to convert a decimal number to its corresponding binary or octal. So the first line will convert it corresponding to its binary. Why? Because it will be taking the base default value, which is 2. The next function call convert to binary oct will give two arguments. So that is number, and it is giving the base as 8. So it will be finding out the octal value. So when a value is given in the function call, it will work on the function value itself. But if it is not given, it will take the default arguments. Next is keyword or named arguments. That is, we are just all these time we saw that it is all based on the positional parameters. But here it gives us the flexibility to use the name of the parameter and write it in a different order. It allows to call the function with arguments in any order using the name of the arguments. So you can see as an example, you are having a function with name and age, and it is calling with age first and name at the second. Here actually order doesn't matter. Why? Because we are giving the name of the parameter. We are explicitly saying the name of the parameter. So order doesn't matter since we are giving the name. It is not based on the position. It's just based on the name that we are giving. Another example, you can see that symbol and times is equal to 30. Here see the last function call where you can see that times and symbol is given interchange. The third line you can see that times is given first and symbol is given second. Even if it is given like that, it will work properly. Why? Because the keyword is being given. Then other three refers to the default values. And how to combine all the three type of arguments? Actually, you have to follow these rules while you are using all the three type of arguments. An argument list must first contain positional arguments followed by the keyword arguments, and keyword arguments should be taken from the required arguments, and you cannot specify a value for an argument more than once. Here you can see some examples of valid and invalid function calls, and the reasons are also specified. You can go through it. And this is a program to calculate the symbol interest, the output for that program. And returning multiple values. See, we told that the functions will be returning a value. But unlike other programming languages, Python gives you the flexibility to return multiple values in a single return statement. The multiple return values that are returned are actually stored as tuple, or we can unpack the received value by specifying the same number of values also. We can see that with the help of an example. See this function adds three numbers, that is, three numbers are taken from the user. It is passed through the function using the parameter arguments n1, n2 and n3, and it is passed to x, y and z. In the function it is actually evaluating some expressions, and it is returning x plus 10, the first value x plus 10, second value y plus 10, third value z plus 10. And when it is returned, we can see that it is assigned to new num. And when it is printed, that when the new num variable is printed, you can see that it is printed as a tuple. So new num is actually a tuple. And then another option is that there are three numbers. These three numbers can be assigned to three different variables. See the same example when I am returning and I am assigning to three different values, n1, n2, n3. So the first value x plus 10 will be assigned to n1, y plus 10 will be assigned to n2, and z plus 10 is assigned to n3. So we can unpack the values or pack the values. When the values are packed, it is in the form of a tuple. Thank you.